Okay, so this last team that's going to present before we hear from Mia Madison from Memphis Tilth, and then have a chance to break out and kind of reflect on and talk about what the teams have done and what we've experienced today, is a team that in some ways you might say, well, that's kind of similar to Columbia. They're going to talk to you about the experience of refugees and or immigrants and newcomers. But the track, because they got really close to the community and the user profile, will sound quite different than what you just heard from Columbia. So Oklahoma University, Norman, tell us your story about building trust and understanding where you are.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alyssa Wiley, and I am from the Rotaract Club at the University of Oklahoma. Our team members are listed on the slide. Our Rotarian mentor is Margarita Banos Milton, and our team is working in collaboration with April from Food and Shelter for this project. We came to understand that a significant portion of our community in Norman, Oklahoma is affected by low access to food, specifically documented and undocumented immigrants from Central America who have been affected by COVID-19. Our partner, April from Food and Shelter, created this statement that frames our project. Immigrant families suffer from food insecurity and hunger due to significant poverty, discrimination, fear of deportation, lack of communication within services, and stigma. In relation to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, they have physiological and safety needs that are not being met, which causes the higher level needs to be impossible to achieve. There's also a language barrier in many cases that hinders their ability to access appropriate resources. We have made sure that Spanish speakers are available and provided documentation and forms in both English and Spanish. We have worked with people in the community to make sure people feel safe when asking for or receiving assistance. Through these efforts, as well as communicating with community members, we determined what foods are both needed and wanted by immigrant families. We are celebrating their culture and heritage by providing culturally relevant foods as well as providing a welcoming environment for assistance. This is a labor-focused population suffering from hunger and unemployment, partially due to COVID-19. Central American immigrant families often do not qualify for public benefits. They lack access to resources due to linguistic and cultural issues, and often live in fear of deportation. Immigrants often fail to gain access to the food they need due to a stigma around seeking help and a language barrier. Since it can be difficult for immigrants to acknowledge they need help, it's important to understand how to make this process more dignified and more comfortable. Currently, Food and Shelter is providing hot meals daily for hungry individuals. Food and Shelter have also hired Spanish-speaking staff so that they can reach the immigrant population, but many families continue to struggle with food insecurity, and the issue of documentation only complicates this issue further. This process was complex, but part of it was oddly simple because we leveraged relationships with people who knew more about this than we did. That's how we decided to work with Iglesia Pueblo de Dios, a church that has a large Central American congregation. We conducted several interviews with members of the community, including leaders of the church. We learned that around 95% of our target population goes to church, and they find their religious communities to be a safe place. We also created a survey that was sent out into the community to find out their preferred foods and what they needed the most. The purpose of our project is to meet immigrant families where they are. We are providing culturally relevant food and removing the stigma around seeking help by having a free farmers market in their church. For this project, we are partnering with Food and Shelter, Iglesia Pueblo de Dios, Norman Rotary, and Sooner Rotary. Through this project, we address 3 of the 8 pillars of peace: good relations with neighbors, free flow of information, and equitable distribution of resources. We make use of a comfortable environment for our users, and we provide food and information to an underserved community in our area. We are addressing structural violence through this project that exists for immigrants in our area by creating a more equitable distribution of resources, in this case food, which contributes to a more equitable distribution of power. Measuring success for this project should be the easy part. Our partner April stated that her goal is to help 30 families at the first Free Farmers Market and have attendance increase with each event after that. We hope to see more people go to both the Free Farmers Market and Food and Shelter as trust is built between the community and Food and Shelter, and as they learn what resources are available to them. The first Free Farmers Market is set for July and it will occur once a month following the launch. Our project is centered around the Central American immigrant community in Norman who suffer from food insecurity. By working with Food and Shelter, we were able to create a free farmers market that will not only reduce hunger by providing resources, but also reduce the stigma around receiving help. Our overall goal is to have this event become a sustainable method for relieving hunger. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Overall goal is sustainability. Yeah, thank you so much. All right, well, so in a moment, well done, very, very well done.